Hey everyone, it's Em from My Life Planned. Thanks for joining me today. I thought I would do a little video since it is Laurel Denise launch day tomorrow, American time, maybe today, my time. Anyway, the 1st of October in America. So I thought I would share some of my favorite spreads from over the years. Okay, the first one is the Scout Planner, which used to be called the Portrait Planner. This is my current budget planner that I am using. It's the undated. I'm very excited to go back to having a dated version next year after spending a couple of hours dating Q4 the other day. But what I do love about this layout is that the days always fall underneath on the weekly where they are in the monthly, which means that I can see patterns. For example, these blue squares for me show when I had Uber Eats. I'm not anti takeaway or takeout. It is just, helping me establish some patterns. It makes sense that I'm probably more likely to want that towards the end of the week, but this is a really fun layout. Another fun Scout layout from earlier this year. This view is just really great for when you want, again, to look at your recurring tasks from week to week. And I really think there is so much space at the bottom to be filling in whatever you need. Okay, we are coming to the layouts that are going to struggle to fit properly, the whole planner on the screen. But this is my current rows that I've shared a bit of lately. I actually use the 4-column inserts a lot, kind of regardless of what planner I'm using. So I love the really big monthly, and I think we have established that I love the notes pages too. I mean, the notes pages are the same at the back of all of the books. And for this 2026 release, actually all of the back pages are the same in all of the planners, which I maybe have some thoughts about, but I get it for consistency. All right, so this one is the Nancy, which used to be called the horizontal. So the monthly boxes are a bit more narrow, and then you have your weekly pages. So I think this is when the new marred liners came in, and I was all about those colors. But you can see here that I had put in, so that rose project planner 4-column insert, I use them a lot, pretty much regardless of what planner I am in. So I really love all the functionality of these layouts here. I was using it for 4 different areas. It is double-sided as well, and covered some things there. And then as well, one of my favorite inserts to use is the right hand side calendar. So I was using this for my budget at one point, and it's got that dot grid at the back, which I didn't use that month, which is fine. But it means that if you were using, let's go back to the weekly pages, I'll take this one out. It means if you were using the regular weeklies and this was your view, that you do see both monthlies at the same time. So sometimes I have not just used it for my budget. I've maybe done my work calendar on one side because I've grown to kind of want to keep personal and work separate. So maybe I have all life stuff on the left and then work or budget on the right. One of my favorite things that I have done is use, again, one of the right hand side inserts to map out my travel plans or do a summary of travel. It was half and half here. So again, they're undated, and you can see because I was traveling across 2 months, it started on the 21st of June and then finished kind of mid-July, but because it's an undated insert, you can use the dates however you like. And this was a really fun spread to do, kind of semi-memory planning, but just, low pressure. I think this was when I started with Laurel Denise. It was in 2023, in this undated planner. I think this is still my favorite cover she has ever done, and I miss having that nameplate on the front. I was such a fan. But this is the vertical layout, which is now called the Anne. Excuse me. And again, it's undated, so it looks a little bit different now. But I just love how much space there is in these layouts, that you can put, you know, all your weekly stuff down, and there's, you know, you don't have to stay in the lines of what you have, and there's space for so many lists. But also, if there was stuff that you wanted to have hidden, you don't need to see it all the time. I love that there is the grid space. I'm very excited for the new 1 to 31 washi, which means that I won't have to be handwriting this anymore, which is very exciting. So yeah, I really was so into this undated layout. I always like to give myself a color code as well. And I was away this weekend, so I love that I just had a big sticker to fill the space. And I know a lot of people really like this Anne vertical layout for time blocking, which I'll show you an example of that too, but I just love it for listing. It can seem a little bit narrow when you start, but you get used to it pretty quickly. And for kind of high traffic areas that I'd see all of the time, I had my routines. This is the this month column. It's not lined, so I'm a bit unco, so I typically kind of would add a list or something with lines there. Another really fun month and week in the Nancy horizontal. I was definitely doing some pretty hardcore Franken planning in this planner because I loved the cover. I think it was cranberry, maybe. It was just such a beautiful soft pink. Again, always leaning on these 4-column inserts for so many things. I often will write out my task lists and then highlight once it's assigned and then cross out once it's actually done. It's a really great system. And then I think I used the back of this for some spending tracking. And this is probably the most deco you will ever see from me. Very Christmassy, but it was very fun. But again, a bit out of my comfort zone with all of it, but it was cute. And this is when I was using that Anne vertical for some time blocking. You know, it's a condensed version of it, and then I use the bottom to put in my meal plan. I'm pretty sure that next year I'm going for the rows with the new vertical inserts. It's called an appointment insert, but really I think it's about this same size and it's all just lines. So I think I'll use that for my time blocking with a bunch of other inserts too. So it's really going to be a bit of an add-in DIY job. Thank you for joining me for that fun little trip down Laurel Denise memory lane. As I said, launch is the 1st of October. I do have a discount code. It is MyLifePlanned10. It's an affiliate code, so it will save you 10%, and I get a little bonus from it too for full transparency. But as always, there is never any pressure to use those codes. They're just there if you want them. Let me know if you buy anything, whether you use my code or not. I really love learning from other people's planning systems and seeing how everybody else uses all of their planner goodies and stationery. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.